On Fire Fit, and I am here for another High Heel Hallelujah. And it is Throwback Day again. And if you hadn't noticed, my shoes are looking a little throwback 70s style. They actually are perfect for this dress. I will stand up and show you why. It is a very long dress, so it keeps me from dragging my dress on the ground. Today I'm talking about throwback, which is my version of testimonies, because testimonies are the things that really help us to look forward to our future, knowing how God has provided in the past. And I just love that, and I love looking back at things that God has done for us. But first, let's look at the retro shoes. Yes, yet again, a gift from my husband. And they are a blue, obviously wedge high heel, but very easy to walk in because of that big platform. And I could wear these all day. They're really comfortable and love them. Let's see what they are. Steve Madden. So I have tons of Steve Madden shoes. Those are the shoes for today. Okay, so I am going way back in time to the time that I graduated college with a degree in social work. And really during my last year doing social work in college, I realized that it might not be exactly what I wanted to do. I love social work. I love helping people. I love the psychology of how our mind works and how people work. But I really wanted to do more than counseling. And so when I graduated, I realized that I really would need to go get a master's in order to do much in that field. And I really was not interested in any of those avenues. So I took a little time to work a number of different jobs, one being a DJ on the radio at a Christian radio station, which was totally a bucket list thing that I never thought would ever happen. And God totally dropped that one in my lap. I didn't even go looking for it. My dad is a teacher, and he was offering internships to his students at a radio station, and none of his students wanted to get up at 5 in the morning to go do the morning drive. That's what they call it on the radio. So since I had already graduated, he did not give me first dibs at that internship, but since nobody else took it, I said, I'm up for it. I don't care what time I have to get up. And so within a week, I was reading the news for the morning drive. And after that, I was given a show. So anyway, that was a whole bunch of fun, something that I never dreamed would happen. I was working a few other jobs. I worked for Great Expectations, which is a video dating service way back in the day. I worked for them. And I taught dance, and so I had a whole bunch of different things I was doing. And in the meanwhile, I was pursuing what my career might be. And I came to decide upon physician assistant, and that's a whole nother story, but I will save that for another day. But the thing that was difficult was applying for PA schools became a tricky thing because it's very hard to get into those schools. So I had applied across the country, and I was really hoping to get close to home to be able to go to school for that PA career. But I also thought I might not even get in the first year that I applied, because some people don't. So as I went through this process, I was waiting to hear back from my last school, the one that I really wanted to go to. And I came home from work one day, and there was a certified letter in the mail, and that meant that I needed to go and find out if I had been accepted, but the post office was already closed. Well, the next morning, I was also due to go to a meeting for the radio station, and I was really stressing that if I had gotten into PA school, that would mean that I would have to quit my radio job. And that would be really difficult for me because I loved it. I really had fun with it. And it's something that you don't get to do usually more than once in a lifetime. So I was kind of stressing about it, prayed about it, thought, oh, what am I going to do? this meeting was early in the morning, and I thought I need to find out what this letter says. So I went to the post office. I went early in the morning before they were open. I drove around to the back. I rolled down my window and I called out to one of the guys that was working, and he came over, and I said, I know that this is probably not according to the rules, but is there any way that I can get a hold of this certified letter, because I'm trying to find out if I got into PA school, and it's also going to mean that I might have to quit this job that I love. So he went ahead and got me the letter, brought it back, and he stood there and he's like, well, open it. And it was so cute. He waited for me. I opened it. It said I had gotten into the school of my dreams. And I thought, oh no, I have to go to this meeting and I have to quit. And this is going to just break my heart. I get to this meeting. We're sitting, the entire crew of all of us. And in comes the owner and says, I have news for you. The radio station has been sold to a foreign company. And so unless you can speak Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese, you're out of a job. And my mouth fell open and I could not believe it. The easiest way to move into a different chapter of my life. And I have to say, those years of not knowing what I wanted to do with my life were very, very stressful for me, because I like to know what I need to do and then I go do it. So to be in limbo was very stressful for me. But when I look back at it, I think, what a wonderful few years I had of exploring things that I would never be able to do again. I got to have fun jobs. I met so many awesome people. And then God provided the perfect transition into the next stage of my life. So when I look back at that, it just makes me remember and think in hope that God always knows the best way for our future. He knows the plans that He has for us, and they're always good. And you can hold on to that too. That is something that is a promise to you as well, that God has only good plans for you. And we need to learn to wait for Him. Sometimes I want to rush ahead, but when we wait for Him, when we allow Him to move us in those directions, and we're faithful in our moments, that's when we see amazing things happen, things that we would never dream of. So I hope that that gives you a little fuel for your fire, and that you go out and live a life on fire. Take care. I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch the video, and if you like it, I would love it if you'd hit the like button, and if you haven't already subscribed, if you would do that. It actually helps out my charity. So thanks so much and have a blessed day. Stay on fire.